Do introduction.
Oh, right. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, I'm battling with the door because we've got lots of problems with Rocky. It's all gone to pot. Welcome to Let's Repair Rocky.
I've come back today, brought Rocky over to the house to do a few repairs. As you may have seen from our last vlog, that we've had a couple of issues with the solar, the batteries, the inverter. But prior to all that, you would have noticed that we had a lot of damp in the van. We didn't know that until after we purchased. The bathroom door got blown, so then we managed to find a carpenter who could kindly fix the bathroom door. So he's done that, so we're just going to put that back on now. And then we have had issues with the fridge, which I'm not really tech savvy, so I'm going to pass you on to Mr. Tig to explain that.
Right, so at Bank Farm, if you've seen that vlog, which was on just before this, the power kept tripping and I couldn't figure out why. And when me and my friend, when we went through everything, we found out that there was a cable behind the actual fridge, which we believe to be part of the fridge, that was putting a power. So if you ever get power going down on Earth, that's not a good thing. So all the technical people, let's just put it this way, this had a short somewhere. We think it's the 240 heating element has gone, and that can create a short through the Earth. So because of that, we had to disconnect the fridge and leave it off, and then had the whole week where we didn't have a fridge. So basically what we were trying to do now is we've got to go and take this whole fridge out, which is a interesting affair, but I've seen a few people do it.
Life Beyond Bricks. Life
Beyond Bricks, yeah, thank you, John. You've been messaging me on Instagram. Thank you very much for all your advice on that. So we've had other bits of advice of how to get this out now. A few people have said you need special bits of equipment, but I think if you're careful with it, we're going to wing it. And John said to me that if you can push it from the back, you can just get the slide out. It's just a case of making sure you're very careful when you take this out. So this is going to be the bigger job, but the first job we're going to do is put the door back on. And then the other problem was we came to the van this morning and found the leisure batteries had gone down to nothing. Now they're lead acid ones, so I'm a bit worried. So we've got the engine running, that's charging, we've got 3% back in there now, but we bought a load of new solar stuff and everything that's going to be part of the upgrades. Thank you very much to Supac in Merthyr Tydfil, who supplied that to us and gave us a load of advice. So I've now got a nice Victron charger, an IP67 charger, which I'm going to try and wire into the two leisure batteries today and hopefully get them back to somewhere decent. I've also got a new MPPT charger for the solar, so I'm going to swap out the solar controller there because it doesn't seem to be doing something and it's not great, so I'm going to try and swap that out today. And I'm also hoping a lot of my other bits that I've got from Temu and eBay are coming, which is like crimping connections to sort those wires out. So I'm going to stop waffling on, I'm going to get this door on
a time lapse now probably.
Yeah, and we'll just see how I get on. Right, success, we've done it. The door's on. We didn't video it because it was a little bit more tricky, but literally I had to survive on the good old impact driver. But it was simply just a case of realigning the hinges, and now our door doesn't catch on the thing, so we have a door that opens. We now can go to toilet in peace.
Job number 2, guys. This is our kitchen cupboard.
Oh, the screws are snapped off.
And the screws have come up on the hinge down the bottom there. So Joe is just going to fix that because I've been nagging about it for ever and a day.
Let's see, what have I got? Try one of these.
drops usually, doesn't it? So it's not dropping now. We have a Ralph in the house there, watching us like a hawk.
And hold it nice and tight, so that's one more done. Just getting some refreshment.
I will have the salt.
Oh yeah, we ran out of peri salt in the house, so let's get that out there. Don't ever buy Nando's peri salt, go to Aldi. This is far better and tastier.
So guys, we're back with it. We are going to attempt to take this fridge out. Mr. Tig is in the zone, having a moment. I'm going to be honest, it is freezing today.
And that is literally the screw that's holding your fridge in. They are literally that big. Yep, so if you're doing this, get like maybe a little magnet or something, or make sure that your screwdriver's got a magnetic tip. Now I need to remove this one. Now if I remember rightly, last time we used, we went in like this. Yeah, we did. So if you've got a hobby, there's lots of little screws in this, but this is how you should take out your fridge. This just comes out, that's just a bit of a flashing piece. Now let's see what happens when I try. Let's see if I can push it from the back.
Don't you want the stool?
I just need to get it to start going first.
Yeah, it's coming.
Good. Ow. No, that's the... Now I can decide where Lee says you need.
Should I go and push it from the back?
We need something to push it with, I think. It's got a little bit more, hasn't it?
It's the top you want to push. Oh, Joe!
It's alright, it's fine. That's what I wanted. Right, okay. Zoe just had a thing, but obviously...
Right, let's get a stool. Guys, I'm going to put you down, I'll prop you up in a minute. And open that up and put it up on there.
Right, this is another little trick. John, yes, we watched your video, and this is
it up on there a minute.
Huh?
Put the camera on.
This is going to be fun editing this. This is the exciting things we get up to on a Saturday morning.
Right, what am I doing?
Right, go. Right. So this is a bit worrying.
What?
Well, that cable, I don't think is the one that was causing a problem. It isn't on the fridge. Right, there's that one. Go out the back, so there should be...
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Let me hold it.
Get back into it. There's a cable that seems to be.
Did you pull it out, you went last time?
Go and see. Right, I'm pulling a cable. Go out the back.
And it's all there.
Yeah. Can you see one that's moving?
Yes, the white one.
Right, has it got a chock block on the end of it?
Yeah.
Right, hopefully that's going to come then. Right, I might want your help for this.
Right, down.
No, I can't.
Why?
This ain't caught.
One pair of pants later.
So we got the fridge out, guys. It's pretty
The only
easy
issue
actually
with-
to get out, so...
The only issue we have is this is the thing that caused the issue with the cable, the electrics. Yeah. It was this that was put in the.
So just picking you back up, guys. We've got the fridge out. He's just changing the...
I've made a mess. I've made a mess.
Yes. Changing the thermocoupler, if that's right.
The third heating element.
What's your head up there? We just had a video commentary of our very great...
Resident guru.
Yeah, our guru of motorhomes, Mr. Wynn. So yeah, it was pretty easy getting the fridge out. But we've come across another problem now, so that's something else we're gonna look at.
Have to investigate.
Yeah. But we may have not had to change the thermocoupler and everything, but we're just doing that just to be on the safe side.
Well, no, the thermocoupler definitely needed. Right, so success. The 240 element is out, and I can just about remember where everything goes. So I've now got to feed this out and that in. So again, thank you, John, Life Beyond Bricks. We got a nice little stall that you had in your video, and as chatting to Tash yesterday, yeah, it was really helpful, and we really do appreciate them. They're really nice people. They always talk to us when we chat to them online. And I've basically been able to reconnect it through. I've connected the heating element back in there. I'm now going to feed this through, get it connected up, then I can zip tie it all back together. Got to try and remember the zip ties. I think they're in my toolbox. But yeah, we'll get them tied back in, connected up. Then I'm going to put all this back together, and then we'll try and slide the fridge back in. I'm going to reconnect it to the 240. But before that, we're going to find out where this cable goes before I turn anything else on, because I've got a feeling this is a dead leg. I need to figure out what's going on with it, because it was spliced in there and I don't think it should have been. So I now need to go and recheck where that is and what's it doing, and if it is a dead leg, we'll get rid of it. It might mean I have to pull the fridge back out and cut it off, but until that time, that's this part sorted. So we're gonna have a little
thermocoupler as well.
Yeah, got to do the thermocoupler as well. So that's just a simple unbolt and bolt up on there. So we're gonna do that in a minute as well. So I'm gonna get on reconnecting these cables and getting this bit tidied back in and that bit, and then we'll be on the thermocoupler. This is the exact thing that Tim was on about.
This is his friend. So we've just taken the thermocoupler off, you said?
Yeah, so the thermocoupler came off, and the genuine one's about 2 meters long. What we found is someone's put an aftermarket one in. Obviously, he must have had a problem already, and they didn't use a Dometic part.
And another thing, guys, we did do our research and shopped around for obviously these parts. Looking at salvage yards and other camping and caravan shops, but we went straight to Dometic.
What we did was we found what we had found was a breaker's yard that had one that was similar, but it was quite a lot of money to purchase.
And as I said, we went straight to Dometic,
Yeah, then we went straight to Dometic.
which are up in where are they?
Tewkesbury.
Tewkesbury. They source the parts for us, which come directly from Germany, and they took just under a week to arrive. So it is always worth just phoning Dometic to see if they can source the parts for you.
Yeah, it's maybe good to go directly to the supplier and have a chat with them, because they were far more cheaper than every other person we've gone to.
There's our butchers. There he is. There's the baby. He's a good boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're coming, maybe if you'll see us out in some of the shows next year, they're not always going to be with us.
No, we've yet to take him away both in the motorhome. Because being labs, they are very food dominant, and I can't imagine cooking in this tiny space when you have 2 Labradors. But they will be coming away with us on our first trip, which is beginning of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going on a rally.
Unity Farm.
Yeah, on a rally with Somerset Central. Purely because it's back on Unity, so we can see our friends down there. And it was
If you haven't already, go back and watch the Unity Farm vlogs.
Yeah, which we used to have a lodge down there. But reasons we left was due to the fact of the ground rent being so expensive. But it has been taken over by new ownership, which they seem to be doing a lot of work there, which is well overdue. But we chose to go there because it was only £17 a night rather than £35 a night. So
that is the benefit of being with the Motorhome and Caravan Club, is you can go on their rallies, and generally their rallies are always a little bit good value. So I am now feeding it. So what I'm doing now is obviously this is a copper cable, so you've got to be a bit careful. So I'm feeding it down. I'm going to feed it into the burner unit. So I just got a bit worried because I was trying to feed it up there and it wasn't. So there is plenty of slack. So this now goes into this unit here. So I'm simply just going to give it a clean. This is the burner unit. Got to be careful with this, obviously. It's not recommended some of these times because this is gas. But what I'm going to do is I've got a friend who's a gas engineer. He's going to check it over for me before we thing. But what you got to understand is here there's a lot of gas and so on going on here. So you got to get the thermocouple needs to go in here and slide in there, and that goes in there, and that's what will hopefully tell the boiler that there's gas where it needs to be. And just got to be careful with these screws, they get rusty, and when you're in here it's a good thing, so don't try and bend these too much. But I haven't really bent it that much. That's back in. I did look at this and get a bit worried when I was doing it because I didn't think I'd be able to get it in. But, so that's that. I've got to figure out now how to wangle stuff around to get it back in. That goes, and this goes back in. Yeah. So you just got to be a bit. I think you've got to manipulate these things a little bit. As I say, you've got to be careful. These are copper, and you're trying to. Ooh, okay. That's a bit of a worry, but I'll sort that out. That's the ignition. The ignition coil just came off. I'll give that a crimp down before we put it back. But let's see if I can. Let's see if I can pull that up again. There we go. So I'm gonna go and find a path of least resistance. Right, so that's back in there. I'll move this back and I'll reconnect it. There should be a pair of pliers somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a spanner. I need a pair of pliers that look like a pinchy things. That's a pair of pliers, thank you dear. I'll just give this a little nip. Connect it back on, so that should be fine. Now I want to reconnect the screw with the right screw. That's the burner back in place. Just aim that, get the hole back in alignment. And that's not, well, there it is. Try not to lose any of the screws. It doesn't help. So if you are attempting this, I'm going to tell you that the bottom one, I got the bottom plate, but I couldn't get it on quite right. But I've got to a point that it's okay. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. It's not going to affect the flame from what I can gather from the heating element. And the top one, now that's a bugger. It will go on, but it's just a bit of a twit to get in. And you've got to get all these bits crimped in all right. It's gone in. Don't forget to fit in your this little twirly whirly thing. Don't forget to chuck that back in. It helps with the airflow. And obviously now I just need to put this on, which is the flume. Everything's a bit rusty on there, so you may need to do some bits and bobs with that. But I've done it. The only thing now to do is I've got to obviously try and manipulate this round places and get it so it's going, but I'm going to just have a little play with it now and get the wire, probably going to pull the wire around this way so it's got a bit of manoeuvrability. I'm going to turn the camera off so I don't do anything stupid, so I will get back with you in a bit. Right, as you can see, it's a bit mayhem and chaotic. So I've got half a fridge scattered over here, but I have got good news and I've got bad news. The fridge is now lovely, doing its thing, getting cold on mains power, even though I don't have gas, but we can't get the gas to.
1 wiener later.
Hello. Right, it's a couple of days after you've just seen the other video. You might notice I've changed tops because something happened on Saturday while we were doing the van. I had a little bit of a accident, and I've been having ongoing health issues with a few things, mainly my knee. That's why I don't play rugby anymore. And I also have a couple of hernias. Well, actually, I only thought I had one hernia. When I got to the hospital on Saturday, they told me I've got two, which is lovely. Right, but so while me and Connor were fixing the batteries, my hernia popped out the size of like a grapefruit, and I couldn't get it back in. I normally can push them back in, it's normally thing. So yeah, I got rushed to hospital, spent 7 hours in the Royal, it's not the Royal Gwent anymore, but the Gwent hospital, and then sort of got seen by a surgical team. We popped it, who got it all popped back in, but then they sort of said I needed to go for a routine surgery. I'm going to have it fixed. It is falling out every 5 minutes. So, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly run through what we've done and sort of explain what we've done and what's in the van now. So the first thing I'm going to show you is when we got the van, we started having all sorts of electrical problems, and we diagnosed it. You may have seen from the Bank Farm vlog that we found the refrigerator's electrics weren't working. So what we've done is we've done some diagnosis, and we've done a little bit of repairs here. So what we've done is this cable here is a bit of a mystery cable. We don't know what it is. It's dead at the minute. There's nothing going to it because this was what a feed was going off to, and this runs, I'll tell you now, this runs here up the back of the fridge. It goes up over, I don't know if you can see it, down here somewhere through the roof and goes across into the toilet and disappears somewhere down the back here. I believe it's something to do with these sockets that are here and the outside socket, but I need to get in and literally take a lot of this stuff out to try and find it. I think I might even have to get out and get this white piece of plastic taken out, because I believe there's some I believe that's actually a wheel arch. It is the wheel arch, and there's cables and wires going in. Right, so on to what I've done. So what I have done is I've got a terminal connector that's there now. It's actually for a light, but it does the job, and that means I can unclip the 240 volt for the fridge, which is now all connected, all tested, it's all good. Also, what I've had to do is I've had to do a repair on the gas module. Now this still isn't working, we still can't get the gas flame to stay on. We've re-put the new thermocoupler in, that isn't working. I've spoke to Dometic and they've given me some stuff to try and diagnose, which they think is on the top of the fridge, so that'll be a later vlog. That will be coming very, very soon, but while I've got my hernia I can't lift the fridge, so that's gone on hold now for a week or two until I get a bit better, or I can get one of my friends up to help me take the fridge out with me. So Connor may come and do it, we don't know yet, but this all went back in, it all got tested, and it's all good. So I'm going to now go and put this cover back on. Oh look, someone's in the windows watching me. Right, let's get on and I'll take you through the rest of the updates that we've done. So, what we have inside Rocky is underneath the driver's seat and the passenger seat, there's two leisure batteries. They are joined, and we've had to run them in parallel, like you do. Don't put them in series, you'll blow it up because that makes it 24 volt. But what happened is, if you'd seen before, down there underneath here there was a battery charger by Dometic that basically blew up. So what we've done now is, down in here you might notice that blue thing there, that's an IP67 Victron charger. So that's the battery charger, which is now plugged in. Technically it's plugged in off one of these sockets here, and we are now going to get I've got to do some electrical work, some 240 work. I'm probably going to get my friend to come and do that because he's a proper sparky, and we need to put a socket that sits behind here. This is the actual, if you go up this here, is the travel seat. So when you're travelling, you've got two people, it's 1, 2, that seat comes out and there's a space for their legs to go. So under there at the minute, actually what we've fitted underneath there is, I'm not going to get it out because it's a proper faff, but underneath there now is our Bluetti. We've stored that underneath there, and we've just got the cable running there while we're on 240. We're at home at the minute at the house, and I've got it on, it's charging the batteries, and it's all Bluetooth connected. To go along with that, and the new solar panel, which you'll see in the next vlog, we have now fitted, I've got rid of the old Truma battery controller, and I've got a nice solar charger controller, the MPPT 130. Now, we got these from Supac batteries in Merthyr Tydfil, or Dowlais in Merthyr. Really nice guy called Neil. If you need any batteries or a solar system, give Neil a ring. He is really super helpful. He sort of talked me through everything that I could do myself, which I've done. Solars, and they're a really good deal. I mean, we got a solar panel. I've been looking at prices of solar panels here, there and everywhere, and I was, getting a 200 watt solar panel for just over £100. Well, for £120, Neil did me, it was just a bit more than, I say £120, it was a little bit more than £120 because that was not including VAT, so you had your VAT on. For just the sort of somewhere around about £140, we got a 380 watt solar panel, and that's going on the roof. Zoe's absolutely doing her head at the minute because she thinks I've oversized it, but I have measured and it should fit in the gap, this gap here. So basically it's going to fit on the roof between that skylight and this skylight. So the only thing I'm kind of concerned about is on this one, how it opens, but this one's only a vent anyway, so we're generally not going to open this very much, but you can open it if you want. But I believe it opens this way, which won't affect it. So this one's not a problem. There is a slight issue with this one, is this has got a wind deflector on it. I may have to unscrew it and move it 10mm back that way, but there's plenty of room to do that. Obviously I've got the toys, all the equipment in here, all the tools and everything. I'll move that out and we're going to take this Rocky back to his home in a bit. So one of the other things I have done, you might notice there's no table in here, but as we were taking the seats out, because that's a proper potch, taking these out, just remember they've got wires everywhere, and then when you put them back on, you've got to feed the wires the right way. I will link, there is a video if you want to know how to take these captain chairs off. There's a video right here, I'm going to link it in a second. I can't remember the chap's name, but there was a really good, he did a really good video. He showed you everything. I'm not going to show you how to do it because I got frustrated and said a lot of swear words, so yeah, let's leave that there. Let's put those on. Rock stickers. Yeah, someone's gone and bought some Project Rock trainers, don't know who. So on the TV, we've been having this problem with the TV, doesn't always clip back in, and what I did notice on the TV is when I undid it, there was 2 bolts missing, so it always sort of wiggled a bit. But now what we've done is I went and bought this little travel strap off of eBay with a little clip. So what I've done is I've just screwed that on there on top of the 2 screws, so when it's out we can just tie it up and it'll just nap out the way. But when we're going to go traveling, when we're going to start driving, just to make sure, obviously this does go in and you can clip it there, but just to make double sure that it doesn't fly out, because it has on occasion flown off and swung out while we've been driving, then as long as I don't tangle it out, it doesn't really matter if it is or not. Right, I'm going to put you down for a second. Yeah, it clips like that. Right, that's it, I've packed up. Thanks for watching the update vlog. We'll be on our next adventures very soon. I think we're going to plan to do Rocky's little adventure out to the Brecon Beacons in the next couple of weeks and go get some pizza on top of a mountain. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much. Listen, if you're liking the vlogs, please like, click and subscribe, hit that bell, it gives you notifications when I upload stuff, and please keep any comments coming in, and we will see you very soon. Thanks.